Good evening.
In about 23 days, we'll be celebrating Christmas. They say it's in the air. It's a season of joy, hope, sharing, and giving. But as one side also said, it's the time of the year when we buy gifts we cannot afford and give them to people we do not like. But I'm sure he was not referring to the Toastmasters Club at the bottom. Speaking of gifts, and buying gifts and giving gifts, I believe one senator said previous years that Christmas these days is very different from the previous times.
Yeah.
Because now the malls have replaced the church, and shopping is the new form of worship, and Santa Claus is now the new Christ. This is a sad commentary on how big business and crass commercialism have hijacked Christmas. But when you see all of the glitter there in the malls, the wonderful things that you see there, the wonderful offers, the credit cards, buy now, pay next year, even 2 years to pay. Perhaps it would be good to stop and think, how much do we allow material wealth, possession, to control our lives, to govern our lives, to dictate our lives, to chart the course of our existence? Now, don't get me wrong, I believe that money is very important. In fact, I told competent Toastmaster boy once that I've been rich and I've been poor, and I tell you, rich is better. But how much do we allow this to control our lives? Let me tell you a story about a man, a father. And he wanted his son to realize that they are rich. They come from a very rich family, and he wants them to know how the poor live. So one day, he took his son on a trip to the countryside, and they decided to live with a family who is decidedly poor. After 2 days, they went back home, and on the trip back home, he asked his boy, "So son, how was the trip?" "It's great, Dad," the boy said. "And now do you know how the poor live?" "Oh yeah." "What lesson did you learn from this trip?" "Well, Dad, I learned that we have one dog and they have 4. We have a pool to the center of our garden, and they have a creek that extends beyond. We have imported lanterns for our garden, but they have the stars in the night. We have a patio to the front of our yard, but they have the whole horizon. They have servants to serve. We have servants to serve us, but they serve other people. We buy our own food, but they grow theirs. We have walls to surround our property to protect us, but they have their friends to protect them." The father was speechless. And the boy said, "Thank you, Dad, for telling me how poor we are." You see, wealth can just also be a matter of perspective, how you look at things in life. And do you think that in this age and time, we can still change our perspective about material possessions? Maybe not. But let me tell you the man I met just recently, just last weekend. This man in his heydays owns and operates the biggest bakery in the island. He had 3 baking ovens working 24 hours a day. He has people working 24 hours a day. He has delivery vehicles to deliver his goods all over the island. And he was baking and consuming 35 sacks of flour every day. That's big. And he said when he orders here in the bow, he has to charter a whole boat. So big an order. And even if he will not order, his supplier in the bow will send their stocks to him without down payment, with no questions asked. He was that big. He has everything. He has all the money he needs, except one thing. He has no time. His bakery operates 24 hours, so physically he also works for almost 24 hours. No time for himself, no time for his family, no time for his kids, no time for his friends, not even time to rest and chat and enjoy life. And so he started thinking, what good is this life? When I cannot even enjoy it. What good is this money? When I can't even enjoy it. So he decided to pull back. Eventually he gave up his bakery and did something else. That to me is a person I admire most. Because he was willing to walk away from the lure of money, from the lure of material possessions, in order to do what he wants to do. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but that is the father of Nino I talked to last week. And he can do it, perhaps you can do it too. Think about it during this Christmas season. Find the meaning of true love. Merry Christmas.